Hi there, this is Jackie Sharp from Perfect Practice, and welcome to Piano Technique Made Easy. This video is part 2 of the For Elise tutorial. Today I'm going to be talking about the left hand of the demisemiquaver passage in the B section. Okay, first of all I'd like to start off with a little experiment. We're going to put the thumb on G, with the finger on C of the left hand, on middle C, and we're going to push the thumb down in an upright position. Okay, now we're going to hold on to that while we play 2, 3, 4, 5 in a semi-detached way. As you do that, be aware of how tension is accumulating in your left arm. One more time, if I do that, I feel very uncomfortable doing this. My left arm, upper arm, is feeling quite tense. So the way that I can solve this problem is to experiment with how I'm angling my forearm. So I'm going to move my elbow out just a tiny bit and try again. Now I felt just a little bit of tension on the back of my arm. So I'm still not happy with that. I'm going to just let it go out a little bit more. No tension whatsoever. And my arm, my forearm, my wrist, everything is quite free. The energy is free to travel through. Once more. Great. So now we know our position of the forearm and the elbow. So what we're now going to do is we're going to just practice going from that position, which goes from C to G, to another one that goes from F to C. And we're going to keep the same angling of the wrist. Now, in order to be able to do that, I need to move my elbow out. So again, I'm keeping that angling. Okay, so we essentially have two positions when we do this. Just watch once first. So we go. And a slight change in position at the end. Okay, so now let's talk about, so before we were playing the G and then the single notes F, E, D, C. Now we're going to add the G in each time. So we're just going to have a loose motion of the wrist, which is going to press the fingers down into the keys. So the fingers don't need to come up into the air. They don't need to do this. It's a mezzo staccato. So it's just a simple release. Practice keeping your fingers on the keys, lifting your wrist and feeling the fingers dropping down. Wrist down, wrist up. Wrist down, wrist up. Wrist down, wrist up. So again, now we've got our alignment here of the forearm, and we go. Okay, now from there all we need to do is to add an F into the second last one, or the third one. So we're going to go with an F. And then on the last one, we're going to turn it into a C major triad, C, E, G. So 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay, now we're going to just practice our other position. Now with the next position, as we know, we're going to start with that same alignment of the wrist. If I stay exactly as I am with my arm, I'm going to have a bit of problems getting up and over to here in time. So what I'd like to do is be able to play this with my thumb more upright. Because if my thumb is more upright, I can pivot around it quite easily with the other fingers. If it's low, it's very hard to pivot around it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, starting from here, I'm going to let elbow go up and forward so that that is then in a position where it's easy for me to pivot with these fingers. Up and forward and off. And then I'm ready straight away. It's very easy for me to get there. So now we're going to play this first lot. We're going to go, well, we'll play both lots, but we'll stop just before the last thing. So, got the good angle there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, off. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Now stop for a second. So at the moment, we have our fingers on the G and B. Now one of those notes, the B, is going to repeat. We don't need to lift both fingers for that. We only simply lift the finger that's on the B, change the angling, point to the G sharp, point to the B. So third and thumb, and play. So that last thing goes, I lift that, and I'm ready to go. Now in contrast to the first one I wanted to rise to an upright thumb. So I lifted this up. Here, if I lift this up, it's actually not going to help me because it's going to be harder for me to lift this high. So I'm going to stay down. So from the beginning, 1, 2, 3. 1, move, 1, 2, moving upwards. 2, move. 1, move, and staying there, lifting and so that's enough for you to go and practice your left hand, and next video we'll be putting hands together. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you feel that you learned something, then please subscribe to my channel. I'll be uploading videos most days of the week. Thanks. Bye.